Hello everybody, Toastbomb here bringing you more Halo 4 gameplay commentary. But first I must tell you that this is not my gameplay, this is someone else's gameplay. So if you like what you're seeing on the screen and you want to check out more of it, I'll provide a link in the description if you guys want to check that out, and please do. Because without their video, this video would not be possible. Now today, we are talking about MLG. Get freaking hyped, people. Get freaking hyped, because MLG Dallas is going to be huge. They are having a pre-release Halo 4 tournament / exhibition thingy, and it's gonna be freaking cool. The best teams around the world playing Halo in one place, live streamed. They're bringing back Chris Puckett, one of the greatest commentators for Halo, and we haven't seen him for a long time, so I'm super excited about that. Now let's talk about the settings. So, for Team Slayer, the maps will be Abandoned, Haven, Relay, and Solace. This is a pretty good selection, and you know what we were expecting. Relay is actually a on-disc forged map. That's a smaller map, I believe, made on Impact, the forged map in space. Then, for Capture the Flag, we have Relay, Solace, and Adrift. Now, unfortunately, Team Slayer and Capture the Flag are the only game types going in. They didn't have very much time to test out the game types or anything like that, and they said they did mess around with Oddball a little bit, but the gameplay just wasn't quite right for what they were going for, so they just decided to cut it. I'm sure they'll look into other game types later down the line. They just really had no time to actually look into any of this stuff. And it's also important to mention that Team Slayer is actually Infinity Slayer, so the one where you're getting personal ordnance and all that stuff, because they want to test out more of the power weapons and have a faster paced game and see how Infinity Slayer works, because we're not really sure. People are kind of assuming that it's not really going to work that great competitively, but we'll see, and we're giving it a try, so that's awesome. Now, for Infinity Slayer options, Betrayal bonus is -10 points, Suicide bonus also -10 points, so basically the same thing as a kill, because basically everything's multiplied by 10 in Halo 4. Now, respawn settings. Respawn timer is set to 5 seconds, suicide penalty none, betrayal penalty none, death cam equals disabled, so you will not have any death cam, and you cannot instant respawn like you can in the normal game. Ordnance, infinity settings, minimum timer equals 120, maximum timer equals 120, so it'll always be 120 seconds when weapons drop around the map. And then for Capture the Flag, now the score to win will be 5 caps, and the time limit will be 30 minutes. If you don't know, in Capture the Flag for MLG, they have 30 minutes, but it only goes to 15, and the only reason they have that other 15 minutes there is for a tiebreaker if, like, the score is 2-2 or something like that, and then the next cap will win. So that's why it's 30 minutes. It's not actually going to last that long. If it's like 2-1 or 4-3, the match will end at 15 minutes, and the players end it by ending the game manually. And then for Capture the Flag options, flag return time for Adrift and Relay is 3 seconds, and Solace is never. Flag reset time is at 15 seconds. Flag at home requirement on Adrift and Relay, you need it at home, and on Solace, you don't. Overtime length equals 2 minutes, so that's kind of crazy if there's a 2-minute overtime length and then 30-minute actual game, but whatever. Then respawn time at 10 seconds, suicide penalty none, betrayal penalty none, and death cam again none. So you won't be able to instant respawn, and you won't be able to see your enemy's death cam. Now for the ordnance settings. Minimum timer 120, maximum timer 120. So every 2 minutes those weapons around the map will be popping up, and personal ordnance is disabled for Capture the Flag. General settings. Friendly fire is enabled. Betrayal booting is not allowed. Team changing, not allowed again. Map loadouts disabled, loadout usage, game loadouts only. So they're not going to be able to actually choose their own specific loadout. For this event, they're just sticking to a few preset ones. We'll see how it is down the line. I'm hoping they just open it up and let anybody do anything. I think that would be really cool, but we'll have to see how it kind of plays out. So for right now, for the competition's sake, they're kind of playing it safe and just going with what they know will work pretty good. So, for loadout alpha, they will have the primary weapon set to the DMR, secondary weapon to Magnum, armor ability and thruster pack, tactical package resupply, and support upgrade dexterity. Loadout beta will have primary weapon as the DMR, secondary weapon as the bolt shot, armor ability as the jetpack, tactical package as resupply, support upgrade as dexterity. And loadout Gamma, we have, again, the primary weapon as the DMR, secondary weapon as the Magnum, armor ability hologram, which I find interesting. Hologram, I mean, maybe it's going to fool some people, but even with the added functionality of guy, when you aim at them, your reticle actually gets red and it shows the player name above the head. Even with that added functionality, I don't think it's really going to be fooling anybody too much, because people in MLG just simply don't run in a straight line. So I'm not sure how useful that loadout's going to be, but we'll see if anyone has some clever techniques to fool the enemy team. Might be kind of interesting. Tactical package set to resupply and support upgrade on dexterity. Lastly, we have... Oh wait, sorry, not lastly. There's one more. We have loadout delta. Primary weapon on battle rifle. Secondary weapon on bolt shot. Armor ability on thruster pack, tactical package resupply, support upgrade, dexterity. Then, actually this time the last loadout, Epsilon. We have primary weapon on the battle rifle, secondary weapon on the Magnum, armor ability set to jetpack, tactical package on resupply, and support upgrade on dexterity. So, not a ton of variety. I was hoping to maybe see a little bit more, but it's understandable because they just want to keep the competition as balanced as possible, and they have not had much time to play the game and test it out, so they're just playing it safe, which is totally fine for this first event. Now moving on to the player trait. Radar is off, player speed is set to 110%, and waypoints are visible to allies. Not a big surprise there. Personal ordnance. The left option will have plasma grenades ×2, pulse grenades ×2, frag grenades ×2, energy sword, gravity hammer, concussion rifle, scatter shot, and the shotgun. The center will have the options of the saw, needler, beam rifle, sniper rifle, railgun, and sticky detonator. The right option will have the options for speed boost, overshield, and damage boost. Now you may have noticed that there are a few weapons that are missing in those options, mainly the rockets, but I'm actually glad that they didn't put the rockets in there, because if you got lucky, because I mean it's a random chance that you'd get the rockets because it's mixed in with all this other stuff, basically people see that as a free 4 kills. Like, it doesn't take much skill to use rockets. But the sniper rifle does, so it's just always going to default to rockets, so we probably will see rockets around the map, but they're just not going to be in personal ordnance, which is probably for the better. But anyways, that'll do it for the MLG settings for Halo 4 at MLG Dallas. Again, people, get freaking hyped. This is going to be huge. Tune in tomorrow. The live stream starts 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be circle.